Here we come to where we have our goals and our info. So there's just different things that change throughout the day. And then there's the princess. She's pretty puffy today. Her face is pretty puffy. So let's see if I can get up closer to her here. This is measuring her brain oxygen saturations back there on that machine. That's called a NIRS machine. And the second number comes from this sticker that's back here on her kidneys. So even though they're getting oxygen, they're not being happy. So then that's her breathing tube. It's connected to her vent over there. That's taking breaths in and out for her. And then we have her sectioning tube, which is this one. This is where they removed her old Broviac, so it's still bleeding a little bit. And then all of the other two wires are hooked up to these machines, and that's the numbers that we watch. Anything else on her? Okay, so this is what we're waiting. Oh, look, there's a little pea. Yay! Let's tell you what you all wanted to see. So this whole tangled mess, somehow they keep it untangled. They're amazing. Leads to the tree of life. So these are all of her medications, the pressors, the pain meds, the medication that is paralyzing her fluids, yeah, just everything that she needs, all of her antibiotics, everything is going in those all the time, and they somehow keep track of it. And then back here, this is basically a giant iPad that I can come and look and see what her graph is. Move the computer without breaking it like I usually do. So these are her lab results. I was trying to find something in particular. Hi! So yeah, this is pretty much everything that Kendall does since she was admitted. So all of the red numbers are bad, white numbers are okay. All of her issues, all of her active medications, of which she has a lot. And then just vital sign trends. This is a good number, no fever. The blood pressure could be a little bit lower, which is the second number, and then the third number is her mean pressure to perfusing her organs, which is okay. As long as this minus this is above 60, we're good. So more medication. So then the back view of the room. It's kind of like an obstacle course trying to get through here. So just extra stuff we need. An old Coke. Kendall's bed, and then where I sit trying to be out of the way when I need to just keep a close eye on her. And then let's come over here and I'll explain some of these things. So what we're trying to do is wean some of these vent settings. She was on very, very high settings the very first night that she got very sick, and we're weaning down to pretty good numbers. So this is for my friends who actually asked me what the numbers are, and I have no idea. So hopefully you can guys get a look at that. Here's the numbers that we're watching all the time. So what I usually do is sit in the chair and keep my eyes trained on these numbers. So the top one is her heart rate. It's a little high, but it's much better than the 200s, which is where it was at the other night. Second one is her blood pressure. It's constantly monitored by this line, an arterial line that goes in her wrist. So we get constant information from that. The 88 is that mean arterial pressure that goes to her organs. So the 88 minus the 12. The 12 is hard to explain, but basically it's measuring how much fluid backup is in her liver and heart. So 12 is a much better number than we've had it. We need it to be down around 5 or 6 is how normal healthy people walk around. But even if we could get her down to like a 7 or an 8, we'd be pretty happy at this point. Her CO2 numbers, meaning how well are we ventilating her. Then the blue one that keeps changing is her oxygen saturations, which these are spectacular. So we are not making too many changes, but every time we make a change, she drops back down to the 80s, and then we climb back up slowly as her body adjusts. And then the 37.1 is her temperature. So that is considered no fever. I want to say it's like 98.6, maybe 98.9, something like that. It's not a bad number. So that is constantly monitored by this is pretty awesome actually. This is her Foley that goes into her bladder, and so that is constantly monitoring the temperature, her core body temperature. So then this is this view of her tubie and her stickers that keep it in place, because she sometimes likes to spit it out when last time when she wasn't actually paralyzed. So now she is paralyzed, so she cannot actually move or fight against us, which is kind of nice because her body's fighting against us enough. So her legs are getting pretty puffy and heavy. It's pretty hard to explain unless you know how skinny Kendall was before, but you can see her little swollen piggies. Poor boo-boo. And then we just have some yucky drainage bags, draining all the junk out of her stomach and intestines. And then again, so the number machines are how her organs are perfusing. And then that one back there is called nitric oxide. And basically, Kendall has decided that regular oxygen isn't good enough for her. She needs Gucci oxygen. So that is basically just super expensive. It's got something in it that keeps her lungs popped open. So that's what we're giving her. Anything for the princess. And then over here, sorry for the light change, is Command Central for Mama. So I've got my, it's not technically windowsill Taco Bell, but all you killjoys probably won't let me have it. That's been from yesterday at lunch. Still might have it. My garden tomatoes, which I'm still eating. And then this is our view outside. There's Milwaukee. Well, it's actually like Waukesha, Wauwatosa, something like that. And then these are the 6 wooden boxes. Okay, so you pull this one out. If it comes out. And so you have where your feet go. That one actually stays up. I just dropped it down. And then this comes down. You pile up enough pillows to cover all the ridges. And there you have your comfy hospital bed. Try not to be too jealous. Then we have our own little bathroom here, which is nice. But, okay, sorry for my mess. I threw everything in here. As you can see, it's very bright because it's just a big window. It's very creepy to change your clothes in front of this. Now, it's frosted glass, but it still is like, oh, hi world, I'm changing. Super fun. So, there's our home away from home. That's where the nurses sit and do all their charting and stuff. When they're not standing at bedside, making sure that she's doing good. So, that's about it. Say thank you, Kendall. Can you say thank you for praying for me? Send everybody kisses. Mwah, 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 mwah.